Hello, everybody. Welcome to Horror Hall number 9. It's been probably 2 or 3 months since we've had a horror hall, and usually with my horror halls, we get a lot more movies in than books. But this time, we got in a lot more books than movies. That's just how it was this time. But guys, let me know down below in the comments what your favorite thing was that I got. And please, guys, don't forget about my own horror books that are all down in the description. I have 3 of them: The Eclipse Theater, Eternity, and Duality. All those are available on Amazon right now, and they're down in the description, as well as my Patreon and all that other stuff. But getting into it, the first thing I have here actually isn't a book or a movie, but it is this. And let me take my phone off the holder actually to display this. You need to see the whole thing. It's actually this painting I got from artist Sean Langley, who is the artist on both of my comic books, Stardust and Blood Reaper. He's the artist on them, and he painted this incredible Pennywise, and I got that from him. So there we go with that. That's the first thing I want to show off. It's absolutely beautiful. Let me put my phone back here on the stand, and we will take a look at the movies first. This was a part of my childhood. Me and my brother loved to watch Ghostbusters growing up, and he actually liked it more than me. I think he played the video game of it too. He's a lot more into video games than I am. But we did watch this. I forgot if we watched the second one. I know we watched the first one together a few times, and I have no clue whatever happened to our copy of it we used to have. But we were at Half Price Books the other day, and we were like, you know what? Why don't we get this? So we got this, and it comes with a little booklet right there. I actually didn't even look at the booklet yet. Let's see, interesting. Comes with this cool little booklet. Awesome. But there we go. So I did really like the first one growing up. I can't remember for the life of me if I had seen the second one or not. But I know I did watch the first one a few times growing up. Me and my brother used to love that. Next, we also got right here this 15 film collection with a bunch of old horror movies on it, and I've only seen this one right here, Night of the Living Dead from 1968. I saw that on Netflix a few years ago. I really love that movie. I haven't seen the sequels, but I have seen that one. I really like it. It also comes with House on Haunted Hill, Carnival of Souls, I Bury the Living, Blood Tide, Fangs of the Living Dead. Never heard of that one. Never heard of Fangs of the Living Dead. Bloody Pit of Horror, The Undertaker and His Pals, Nightmare Castle, Dementia 13, Count Dracula and His Vampire Brides, The Last Man on Earth, the Picks or Pikes, Dominic is Dead, and The Ghost. So it has a lot of old horror movies on here. I think a couple of these are from the 70s. Yeah, it looks like a couple are from the 70s. Most of them are like 50s and 60s stuff. So that is pretty cool for some old horror. And then I also picked up this right here, is Alfred Hitchcock's 39 Steps. I hear nothing but good about this movie. I love Hitchcock. I love Alfred Hitchcock Presents. I love Psycho, and I like Strangers on the Train. I've never seen 39 Steps, and I always hear good things about it, so I picked this one up, and I can't wait to watch these movies. And so that is that right there. And then a whole bunch of books here. So the first one being Agatha Christie's And Then There Were None. I did read this as a kid. Actually, it was one of my teachers recommended it to me, and so I read this. I don't know, I was probably like 10 when I read this book, and I remember liking it. And when I came across it, when I was at Barnes and Noble, and I came across this, I was like, you know what? I'll try it out again. Some of these are from Barnes and Noble, some of these are from Half Price Books, and some of these are from Amazon. I've been looking forward to reading this one, Legion by William Peter Blatty, who wrote The Exorcist. I heard nothing but good about this. I hear nothing but good about the movie adaptation about this, Exorcist 3. I have no clue how it ties into The Exorcist. I have no clue how you can make a sequel to that movie, because it seemed pretty clear at the end how the demon was defeated. But I really look forward to reading this book. I really love William Peter Blatty. Next is Clive Barker's Books of Blood, volumes 1 to 3. I have only just started getting into Clive Barker. I've seen Hellraiser and Candyman. I've seen those two. Really loved Hellraiser. Candyman was, it was all right. I don't know. I liked it outside of a couple parts towards the end, but haven't read any of his books yet, so figured I would start here with Books of Blood, volumes 1 to 3. Then this is a newer book that I Have been seeing ads for this everywhere. I've even seen a commercial for it a couple times. This is The Whisper Man. I don't really know what it's about. It just looks sort of creepy, and the commercial trailer for it looked creepy. Even seen the trailer for it when I went to Target the other day, and back by like the TV section where it shows off like a giant wall of TVs. It had an ad for this playing, and I was like, you know what, I should try this out because I hear nothing but good about it. And then picked up this classic right here. This one gets recommended to me over and over again. Peter Straub, not quite sure. I know who he is, I just don't know how you say his name. But Ghost Story, I believe this is his most famous work. But I hear nothing but awesome things about this book, and I can't wait to start that. This is another new book, Imaginary Friend by Stephen Chbosky, who wrote Perks of Being a Wallflower. I've always heard about that book, never really cared to read it, but this one sounded incredible, so I went ahead and got that. And then the final book I got here is another Peter Straub book, Lost Boy, Lost Girl. Got that from Half Price Books. Haven't really heard much about Peter Straub outside of Ghost Story, and then I believe The Talisman with Stephen King. But when I came across this book and I saw his name on it, I was like, And then the back says, it's a murder mystery, a ghost story, a haunted house tale, a serial killer tale, while also being an examination of the ways in which family ties bind us and hold us down, and how those ties can be loosened. And that really was an interesting pitch to me. That's Neil Gaiman speaking, but just the fact that it's a murder mystery, a ghost story, a haunted house tale, and a serial killer tale all in one sounded really fascinating to me. So that is Lost Boy, Lost Girl by Peter Straub. I'm not quite sure, but that is it for today, guys. So let me know what your favorite thing I got was. I'm willing to bet most of you are probably going to talk about this Pennywise painting because it is just absolutely beautiful. Just an absolutely beautiful painting by artist Sean Langley. I'm going to leave his Etsy shop down below in the description where you could buy some of your own original art from him. But Sean, he's a fantastic artist. Like I said, he drew both of my comics. He's a good friend of mine, and man, you guys really got to go support him and buy some of his art. He also does have original pages from our comics, and he has some of our comics with little sketches on the inside that you guys could buy from him. So if you want to get some of my comics, you can get them from his Etsy shop with little doodles on them. And down below, let me grab them here. You could also get my books on Amazon. Like I said, I have Duality, Eternity, and the Eclipse Theater, so you guys could get my books down there in the description. You could also join my Patreon, where you can see some of my works before they ever hit Amazon. And there's all sorts of different things down there in the description as well. There's t-shirts and stuff, and my P.O. box, all that fun stuff. So look down in the description for a bunch of fun stuff, including Sean's Etsy, where you can buy some art from him and some other stuff. But anyways, you guys, thank you all for watching. Let me know in the comments what your favorite piece was. And I don't know when the next horror haul will be. I don't get pickups that regularly as much as I would like to. Just can't afford it. This was like 3 months worth of stuff for me. So, but hopefully soon I could get to the place where I could do these. I don't know, maybe